Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be starting with the hospital series. Okay, so I will be covering every company in detail, the result and con call. In one video, I'll cover one company, and by the end of all this hospital series, we will do a P2P by sharing the screen. Okay, now in this way, also the videos are going to be short, and the second thing we're going to second thing is also you can focus on the hospital that you want to, right? So a win-win situation for everybody over here. So the first hospital that we're going to be discussing in the hospital series is Jupiter Lifeline Hospital. Okay, so if you look at Jupiter Lifeline Hospital, it's been a year since they have been listed, and even from the time of IPO, the management has been targeting a 20% kind of growth. And when they came to IPO, the IPO offering was, that if you look at the plans that they had, it was, they wanted to double the bed capacity in a span of 5 years. Okay, last time if you see, the bed capacity was around 800-900 when they came during IPO, and now you can see that the bed capacity is slowly increasing. Okay, so let's talk about the business model over here. If you look at Jupiter Lifeline Hospital, they are a regional hospital. Okay, so they're concentrated in the western part of India and or the adjacent areas over there, unlike your Apollo or Max, which is targeting a pan-India presence. Okay, so now when you look at Jupiter, like I told you, they have three hospitals, one in Thane, one in Pune, and one in Indore. Three hospitals you can see all in the western part of India, right? Now if you look at the Q2FY25 numbers, if you look at the sales has been up by 22.7% on a year-on-year basis. If you look at PAT has been up by 58% on a year-on-year basis. Like I told you, they have always been that 20% kind of growth engine. That is what they've targeted, and you can see them walking the talk over here. Now when you talk about this PAT, right, PAT you saw it grew almost by 58-60%, right, rounding off, it grew by 58% on a year-on-year basis. Now why has, what is the reason that you're seeing such a huge jump in PAT is, if you go look at the income statement, last Q2 they had some debt in the balance sheet. Okay, and this time there is none of they have cleared almost all the debt. So whatever the IPO money they got, the plan with the IPO money was to get rid of the debt. That's the first thing, clear up all the debt. And the second thing is, to fund for the new capex that is coming up. Okay, so now since they've cleared the debt, the finance cost is no longer there, right? It is insignificant. As a result, you see that the PAT or the operating leverage you see has got a huge jump. Now if not for this also, if you consider the finance cost to be the same as it was last quarter, in spite of that also, you will see this company does get a very good amount of operating leverage. You see that the PAT that is there has grown by 40% if you keep the finance cost as constant. Overall, good set of numbers. Okay, now let us talk about the hospital KPIs. Okay, if you talk about hospital KPIs, when you talk about occupancy, the most important parameter, which is your volume growth, occupancy has increased by 12%. Last time Q2 the occupancy was 63, and this time Q2 if you see, the occupancy is around 67%. Yeah, 62 versus 67%. Okay, if you look at RPOB has increased by 9%. Okay, now one thing that you will have to check over here is, with any kind of hospital, check for the payer mix, because when you talk about RPOB is a function of two things: payer mix as well as, of course, the specialty. These people are the super specialty hospital, so of course RPOB comes, one of the reason is from there. The second reason why their RPOB is significantly higher compared to your other regional hospitals such as GPT Healthcare or Yatharth is, if you look at the payer mix, almost 50% comes from cash, and another 49 to 48% comes from insurance payer mix. Okay, hardly 1% is coming from your government payer mix. Okay, now one of the reason why only 1% is coming from government payer mix is, if you look at Jupiter hospitals, if you look at them, the way they have done is, they always acquire the land, they only build it, they don't take any help from the government. So they're not bound to keep a certain set of reservations for government, or take that ECHS, take or sign up for those kind of empanelments. Okay, so that is that. Now talking about the last thing over here, if you see the other updates, if I have to talk about, is how has a capex been. Okay, one thing is, if you look with the existing hospital, like I told you, Thane, Pune and Indore, there are three hospitals, right? If you look in Pune they have added 22 beds with the existing capacity. Okay, and if they add this 22, they can add another 10 to 15 more in the future, and then there is no more capacity they can add in the existing Pune hospital. So they've added 22 beds in this Q2FY25, and even this hospital is running at max occupancy now. Okay, now they have Indore hospital. They're planning to add 75 beds in this Q4, or by Q4 you will see 75 beds will be added. And in this Indore hospital, it is a big land they have around 5 acres of land, and let's say tomorrow going forward, if they see that the demand over here, there is growth in this area, in this Indore area, the management wants to increase the bed capacity when and then they see the demand. Okay, other than that, if you remember, there are other two capex that is going on. One is in Dombivli, they're constructing a 500 bedded hospital, hospital, and they had acquired a land in Pune itself, to construct another hospital, a new hospital in Pune itself. Okay, and over this, both of this, if you look, both of this capex, if you look, they are going on track. They are, they're going all well on track, and you should see them also being operationalized in a few years. Okay, so that's that about Jupiter Lifeline Hospital. Great set of numbers, great set of hospital KPIs. The capex is on track. It's a good combination of growth as well as capex. If you see, both are a good combination, right? So all in all, the management has been walking the talk. Everything is great. The management has been walking the talk, and they have been delivering on all fronts over here, right? Just the last part over here, the valuation part, I will compare it when I will do it at the end when I finish the entire all the companies in the list, because when you talk about valuation, you also have to compare it with peers, right? So it becomes better that way. Okay, so watch out for that video when we talk about the valuation part of Jupiter Lifeline. Okay, so that's it for part 1. I'll see you in part 2.